Good afternoon, everyone. So it's a beautiful rainy day here in Central Texas, and today we just got done cleaning up the garage. We need to organize our tools a little bit more, but so far there's a lot more room in here. We got rid of a bunch of the junk that was in here, and now I got the Miata in the garage. I can finally install my knuckles that I've been waiting 2 months to get. Now they're going to be going on the car, and we're going to be able to see a difference between stock angle and some mad drift angle. Now hopefully this will help a lot with spinning out on the track, and hopefully I'll be able to keep up with the RX-7 a little bit better when we're going sideways. But I guess it's just time to get into it now. Let's have a good time today, and I cannot wait to see the difference. Okay guys, so as you can see, this is full lock with the stock angle. And like that's not very much. I mean, it's better than some cars, like the RX-7 for instance, when it was stock, was probably stopping about here, so I got about this much more. But this still isn't good. When I get the knuckles, I hope it brings it out just a little bit extra, like maybe out around here. That'd be good. I was thinking about installing rack spacers, but that's just not gonna happen yet. That'll happen when I get a little bit more money. I know they're pretty cheap, they're like 50 bucks, 60 bucks, but for me, college kid, that's still a lot of money. So I'm just gonna do what I can now and get the most out of it. All right, so now I got the car on jack stands. I'm about to take the wheels off, and then I'm gonna just get into it. Okay, so once you get your wheel off, the first thing we're gonna have to do is take off your brake caliper. Now, there should be 2 bolts on the back. They're 14 millimeters, and you can only use just a regular socket or a regular wrench to get at them, and it's not too hard to get them off. When in doubt, hammer it out. Finally, where's that bottom one? Woohoo! Alright, so I just loosened all the screws out. Ah, there we go. And that up right over there. Take your disc rotor off. Set that aside somewhere. Alright, so the goal now is to take off this dust cap and then loosen up the hub, take it off. And then if I need to take off the dust shield, I will. Otherwise, I'll just keep it on because I think it's actually on the old knuckles. But we'll find out. So now I'm gonna get to hammering this away. I don't have my sledgehammer, sadly. I only got this little crappy thing. So I'm gonna try my best. All right, I think I finally got it close enough. Whew. Woo! Look at that shiny bolt right there. Look at that. All right, sweet. Oh, fucked up my desk cap, but that's whatever. We did this on the RX-7 a little while ago. I say a little while ago, it was a couple months ago, honestly. But I think this 29 is gonna do it. Let's find out. Ooh, look at that right there. Sweet. So now we're gonna loosen this up and take it off with my trusty old breaker bar. See how hard this is on here. Oh, this is gonna be a pain. I must think of a way to keep this from turning. And screw it, I'll just go for it. Ah, look at that. Justice. Woo. Slides right off. All right, and that right there's a hub, not a Miata. Alright, so I just took the dust cover off. There were these 3 bolts right here, and those are all that we're holding it on. Now we're gonna have to remove this bolt. There should be another one. Yep, right in the back here. That bolt, and then that bolt, and this should come right on off. I just want you guys to know that I'm a great person, okay? So I saved you guys the time and boringness of watching me take out the cotter pins out of all these 3 bolts. So took out the bottom left, top, and the bottom cotter pins. Now I just gotta loosen the bolts and then figure out how the rest of this thing comes off. I think this is my ABS sensor right here, and not all of these NA Miatas came with ABS. Mine did, however, so I'm gonna figure out, I'm gonna have to take that off as well. I'm not gonna be running ABS anymore, because with drifting it kind of causes an issue sometimes if you're left foot braking, like if you're going tandem, and it can cause the car to like freak out. So we're not running that anymore, so I'll figure that out. Okay, so the one in the back is actually a 21. The ones on the lower bottom, or the bottom behind the knuckle is a 21. The one on the bottom left is a 17, and the top one is a 17. I don't have a 21-inch socket, so I had to go get my 21 tire iron from my Infinity. But you know what? You just gotta use what you got. Oh my goodness. Ah, there we go. Smarter, not harder. I'll be back. Alright, so this right here is the difference between the knuckles, okay? So this right here is the knuckle that was on it. This is an ABS style, so it's got the cutout for it. You can see the difference in length between here and this one. This is the shortened knuckle. These are our drift knuckles. So that's quite a significant distance and should allow for quite a bit more angle. And now it's time to reinstall the knuckles. Oh hell, I fucked up my threads. So kind of running into a roadblock here. When we hit the ball joint and the tie rod with the hammer, we ended up kind of screwing up the threads. And I'm gonna show you right here. You can kind of see it, let's see. On this side, there you go, right in there. It's kind of sloped down, it's kind of hard to see. And up on this one, let me turn it around. Same thing, you can see where the hammer hit it and really screwed it up. So I'm gonna end up buying some tie rods, buying lower ball joints, and hoping that will help. And then we'll be right back. Okay guys, so one quick little tip. So if, like for us, we screwed up the tie rod end because we hit it with a hammer. You're not supposed to do that, you're supposed to use a tie rod puller. But sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, you know, whatever. So, but you're gonna have a really hard time getting this thing off, like if it's not attached to anything. So you wanna have it like hooked in somewhere so you can break that lock nut loose. And then after you break that loose, you can take off the tie rod end. Just count how many times it takes to get it off so when you put it on, it stays in the same place so you don't ruin your toe in, toe out. So let's do that. So now I got some leverage to go against to break this loose. Okay, nice and loose. Okay, so that's the jam nut. So now we should be able to get this piece off a lot easier. Just count. Okay, so now we're gonna count how many spins it takes to get this off, right? Okay, so we're gonna start here. 15. Yeah, that should get us really close. Alright guys, how's it going? I actually just got all my stuff in the mail recently this week. Today's Saturday, so now I got a little bit of extra time. I'm gonna go work on the Miata. I'm gonna replace my tie rod ends and my ball joints, so that way I can finally get my knuckles in. So I'm gonna go start that project right now. So let's get to it. Oh, what's good, baby girl? I'm back. How you doing? You hanging in there? All right, so to remove your lower ball joint, you're gonna have to undo these right here with the 17, and then back there's also a 17-inch. Also, you have to remove your coilover, sadly. You have to unbolt it right here, and then that will allow enough room to be able to get the 17 in there. All right, so I just got the old one out. Sometimes you have to jimmy this a little bit, but I got the new one in my hand. Just gonna slide it on in here, put it on in, bolt it up, and it should be good to go. After a lot of finessing with this not lining up and everything, I finally got it all to work. Got the new ball joint in, looks a lot better compared to the old one, which is all cracked and ripped. As you can see in here, all that little juicy grease. So got that in, now I'm gonna get the tie rod on, and then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. All right, so now we got the new tie rod end in, we got the new ball joint in. Now it's time to finish up putting on the knuckles on this side. Now all we gotta do is take this here knuckle, put it on those there points, and tighten her on down. Alright guys, so I got this on, everything looks pretty good. I'm pretty proud of myself. I haven't done some of this stuff before. I've never replaced the blower ball joint or like a tie rod end or anything like that. So this is an accomplishment for me as well, but I'm just glad to see that this is like the last drift dedicated mod the Miata needed, other than like a hydro. But a hydro isn't necessarily necessary, to be redundant. But yeah, I'm just really proud of how it looks out, like turned out and how it looks. Now I just gotta get the hub back on, put the brakes back on, and we're done. So then we gotta just do the other side, and it's all good to go and ready to drive. So I'll see you guys in a sec. Always gotta lube it up a little bit sometimes. The torque specs for a Miata is 129 to 153 foot-pounds. I set my torque specs on mine to about 140 because I don't know exactly how accurate our torque wrench is, but that would be a good medium right there. Give my trusty 29-inch socket. And boom, hub is on. Eventually I'm gonna have to get some new brakes, as you can see, because my rotor's kind of wore out. My pads are definitely wore out, but that'll happen again later on. Right now we're worried about the knuckles. And there we have it. Dude, that is so sweet. I never had that much angle in my life. Oh my god. This is gonna be sweet. I'm gonna have to make sure it clears here though. My sway bar. Ah. Alright, so I just finished installing the knuckles on the Miata. I still need to put on the tire and see if everything's gonna clear properly. I'm kind of thinking up here, like on the sway bar, I'm not sure if my tire is gonna clear it when it's at full lock, but we're gonna find out. As you can see, everything buttoned up nicely. I think it looks pretty good. I think this is gonna be sweet, and I can't wait to drift it again. I'm not sure if we're gonna make the next event, which is on the 25th of November at San Antonio Raceway. It's kind of like a Paul Walker Memorial on Saturday, and on Sunday they're gonna have the day of drift. If we make it out there, that'll be sweet. But if not, we'll make it to the next event whenever that is. There's still a couple of things I want to do to the Miata. I have actually new fittings and stuff to fix my oil leak that I'm having from my drain line on my turbo. And also at the top of the turbo, I have crush washers that are leaking. I got those as well to fix it. Then most of the mechanical problems are done with the Miata, if not all of them. Knock on wood, well, metal, I guess. And then I can focus on, I need to get a new fender, I need to get a new hood, and then we're gonna plasti up the Miata, make it look good. That way I can go and take it to Cars and Coffee and not feel embarrassed. But this car is turning out to what I've always wanted it to be, and it just feels really good. And especially getting these knuckles in here, and I can send the other ones back and get $80 back. Hell yeah, who doesn't want free money? So let me get the tires on here. Let me see how they look, see if it's gonna clear and everything. And I also gotta get my ABS sensor out of the way. I don't know where I'm gonna put it. Probably just gonna zip tie it somewhere and roll with it. But yeah, so let's check it out.
I was so sure of our love. I never thought of any reason, a doubt about us. And now I'm right back at the start. Halfway through a bottle, baby, and nothing to know.
Alright guys, well now I got both wheels mounted on the Miata. We can finally check out what the angle looks like compared to stock and see how much of a difference we made. So let me come on over here. Let's turn the wheel all the way to the left. Alright. I'm so excited. Ooh boy! Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so let's get from the front of the vehicle. Alright. Look at that. Sweet. And now we go right. Alright, that's locked. Which angle we got? Let's see if we're stopping where we should or if we're on. Oh. Looks like we're clearing everything. Yeah, we got right there. Nice. Alright. Oh. This is awesome. I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this for a very long time. I think she's gonna be drift ready. I think she's gonna be able to compete with the RX-7 now. That's gonna be a good time. I look forward to doing some hoon stuff. Then the next things I wanna get done to the car, I'm gonna just take this time to use for this. I'm gonna need to get a fender. I'm gonna need to get a new hood, and then that way I can make it look a little prettier. Then we're gonna plasti dip the Miata, and then I kinda wanna paint my BBS wheels I have, paint them white. I think it would look pretty good. And then try to get some like mint, or actually, we don't know what color we're gonna paint the Miata. It's either gonna be mint or it's gonna be purple. And then whatever accent color is gonna be the opposite. So if I choose mint, it's gonna have purple accents. If it's purple, it's gonna have mint accents. That way we get all three colors in there. And it's gonna look real good. I'm trying to make this car more appealing to the eye so that I can actually drive it to car shows and things like that. Cause now I got an inspection done and I'm gonna get it registered. So that way that I have my one car for everything, and then I'm selling the Infiniti, or at least trying to. If you guys are looking for an Infiniti, go check San Antonio Craigslist and mine will be on there. And then I'm gonna just have a truck for a daily driver. It's actually my dad's old truck. It's got like 370,000 miles on it. Original engine in the Silverado. Got that LS power running strong. And I'm just gonna use that so that I can have more money to spend in the Miatas and our drift habit. And then also, I want to get another computer sometime soon so that I can help edit. Because right now, Kyle does a lot of the work. So, you know, get a huge shout out to him. Without him, none of these videos would be made. Because honestly, I spend too much time at school or doing something else and not making enough time for editing. And he really means a lot to this channel. Really, he's really the big backbone of it. I'm kind of just here to work on my car, and that's about it. But, so next time you see him out there at the track or something, just say thank you. Because if it wasn't for him, they wouldn't be getting done. So I guess for right now, that's where I'm going to end it. And then I'll be back with you guys later once I get my parts. Deuces, guys.